PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is James Spann. You clicked onto the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Tuesday, the 11th of November, Veterans Day, and we certainly salute everybody serving our country, the men and women around the world. We thank them for their service, and we thank you for watching. And, hey, we hope to see you Saturday, Storm Alert Extreme at the BJCC. We do this once a year. This is the annual training event. It's a big Skywarn class is what this is. And even if you've been trained before, we suggest everybody get a refresher course once a year, and that's the reason we do this annually. If you want to join our Skywatcher team, this is where you get trained, right here. It's Saturday at the BJCC, downtown Birmingham. Starts at 9:30, no admission charge, no need to register, just show up. You might want to get down there early to get a good seat, and everybody that comes, you get free admission to the Alabama International Auto Show, which is going on this weekend down there as well. That's always a fun event. So we always have a big crowd. We look forward to seeing you Saturday downtown Birmingham at the BJCC. Mostly cloudy this afternoon, but some thin spots up there. There's our Birmingham sky cam. We're looking back off to the west. Really a broken cloud cover, some decent intervals of sunshine this afternoon. Very dry air in the low levels. Oh, yeah, the Gulf Shore sky cam looking good as the sun goes down over the water this time of the year. Always a beautiful scene down there. And from the Livingston sky cam down in Sumter County, the sky there mostly cloudy. Well, we've got our upper-level low that's located over Nebraska, and underneath that it's snowing a little bit. And out ahead of that in the warmest sector, we've got some rain and storms. And you can see the thermal contrast there. Temperatures are in the 30s and 20s up north. And down here we've got 60s and low 70s now showing up down there in South Alabama and South Mississippi. Looks like I see a 75 down there around Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So nice and mild. And temperatures will stay in this general category through Friday, but we'll see that cold air dropping in here over the weekend. How much rain will fall this week? Well, this is suggesting about 1 inch. In fact, really 1 to 1.5 inches across the state. This is valid through Sunday morning at 6 o'clock, with the heaviest rain off to the west around the Sabine River, 4 inches there. And I don't know if we can get that much. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope this is right, but it sure looks like the better rains are setting up west of the state, at least in the short term. And we'll see some, no doubt about that, but I'm afraid amounts here might be closer to 1/2 inch, especially over East Alabama. There's a look at the radar this afternoon about 2:30. A few echoes over the northern and western part of the state, and probably some of that not reaching the ground because dew points are still very low. But ultimately, we will begin to see a few sprinkles probably later tonight and tomorrow. Convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight, a slight risk of severe weather over parts of central and southeastern Texas and the southwestern corner of Louisiana. And beyond today, there is no formal outlook as we just don't expect the severe weather parameters to come together here later this week. Here's the 12Z GFS valid at noon tomorrow, noon Wednesday. Nice trough phasing up off to the west, but again, note the model keeps drier air over East Alabama. And really, this is suggesting no rain east of I-65 with a better chance of showers near the Mississippi border and points west with the really good rains over Arkansas and Louisiana. And so we might mention a shower tomorrow, but I sure don't think it rains much at all. Thursday, the moisture axis is in place, and we've got a wedge, we should note, coming in from the east, but I don't think that's going to be a big player here. So Thursday, we'll mention a chance of showers during the day. And Friday, the trough sharpens. And again, we've got that vortex south of New Orleans. And we wonder if that might create a little disturbance in the Gulf, a thunderstorm mass that might cut us off. And that's kind of what this is suggesting. The GFS at noon Friday showing a thunderstorm complex down there below Destin and Fort Walton Beach with certainly chance of showers here, maybe a thunderstorm with a cold front coming in. But that just might be problematic. And that's one reason I'm not so sure we see as much rain as the guys at HPC are thinking. And then Saturday to start the weekend, cold trough digs right down into the deep south, and it's going to be a cold and windy day. The 540 thickness line down to Birmingham. Temperatures really drop off to the north. Some hint of flurries now over Tennessee and maybe down into the Tennessee Valley around Huntsville. Could we see snow flurries Saturday in Huntsville? Yeah, I think we could. And I think the GFS Moss numbers are too high. We might have a hard time getting out of the 40s on Saturday with a look like that. And Sunday, the thickness values go up. So Sunday, we should see a high in the 50s. Still a cool day, but not as windy. And probably the coldest morning will be Monday morning of next week with the surface high right over us with a freeze for most areas and 20s for the valleys. And how about more fun and games here? Let's go out 4 more days. This is the 21st of November. Cold trough over the east, a vortex down there around Mobile Bay, and that's suggesting the coldest day of the season with enough moisture for a few snow flurries here. Now, this thing has been on and off the board. You just see it coming and going, and obviously we're not forecasting that. This is beyond 7 days. That's why we call this voodoo country. There's not much skill in forecasting out here, but, boy, that looks cold, and a few snowflakes flying. In the end of the forecast around Thanksgiving, this is valid the 27th of November. The polar westerlies are up north, a nice trough over Texas, and that looks more stormy than anything else there. So looks like the rest of November will be featuring some fun and games, and that's what we often expect this time of the year. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. That's AlabamaWX.com if you're watching this on YouTube or iTunes. Some people watch it directly in the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.